Hi everyone, my name is Callie Hamilton, and I work in the product definition team at the Dassault Systems SOLIDWORKS Corporation. Today I'll be introducing an exciting new feature in SOLIDWORKS Simulation, the Simulation Evaluator. The Simulation Evaluator checks the simulation for conditions that make it challenging to run a simulation. In 2020, the evaluator checks conditions related to the results folder location, such as if the folder is on a network or a drive low on space, the materials used in the simulation, and the mesh volume. If it finds conditions that will prevent a successful study run, the dialog box will provide information for corrective action. And while these are the conditions covered in 2020, users can expect future versions of the Simulation Evaluator to check many other conditions. Many SOLIDWORKS simulation users know the frustration of seeing this dialog and not realizing until later that it's because of setup. This new feature will hopefully eliminate the need to go back after you run the study and help you set up a successful run. Let's take a look at how this might work. Here we have a simple assembly for which I've created a static study. The gear is fixed and a 1 Newton force is applied to one of the arms. Before I run the study, I want to double check my setup and make sure there aren't any issues that would cause the study to run in a suboptimal manner. A user can access the Simulation Evaluator a couple different ways, but to start I'm going to access it directly from the Command Manager. So I can see right away there are a couple different priority icons in the dialog box, and the user can sort the results table by priority or alphabetically from the drop-down in the top right of the dialog box. The highest priority is the error symbol for the materials section. As an error, it will prevent the study from running, and as I can see in the table, I have not assigned materials to all of the bodies in the assembly. I need to go back to the Feature Manager design tree, and I can see the bodies without green checks are those which haven't had materials assigned yet. I'm going to quickly apply material and reopen Simulation Evaluator. Note that this time I'm accessing the evaluator by RMB clicking the study. I can quickly see that the materials section icon is now a green check, which means we're good to go. Also, all the results tables in the Simulation Evaluator can be sorted by column. And in the material column here, you can use Tooltip to view material properties. Next up, I have the warning icon, which means that while the study will run, this may impact performance. I can see that the results folder, where the result files are stored, such as the .cwr file, is on a network location, and I can change that location right here from the evaluator dialog. This link allows me to directly access the existing study properties. I'm going to change the location of the results folder to a local drive, and the priority icon immediately updates, so we're all set. Lastly, we have the mesh volume. In simulation, mesh quality plays an important role in computing the proper results. During mesh generation, software suggests default values for various mesh parameters, but it will not guarantee good quality mesh, especially when the geometry has sharp curvature faces or narrow regions. I use draft quality mesh and set it to be coarse so the study runs quickly, but I can see that one of the bodies has a much larger % difference, and I'm being warned that this will affect the outcome of the study results. In the Feature Manager design tree, I can easily see that a draft quality was applied to the assembly, the orange triangle.
I can improve the mesh volume by increasing mesh density, changing the density from coarse to fine, and recreating the mesh. Note that I can also access the evaluator from the simulation menu here.
All columns can be sorted, either alphabetized or smallest to largest. The mesh volume priority icon is no longer a warning, so all of the % differences are fairly small and I can continue with a more optimal study. One last thing to note, you can always save your Simulation Evaluator results as a text file by clicking the Save button in the bottom right corner.
Thank you for listening. You can find the Simulation Evaluator in SOLIDWORKS 2020 and look for this useful tool to be expanded in the future to review other conditions within simulation.